working as contract teaching faculty in College of Veterinary Science, Rajnagar, and presently posted at Veterinary Hospital, Boyguda. Now I will brief something about the wound. What is wound? Wound is defined as break in continuity of the skin and soft tissues. And what is the cause of this wound? Why and how this wound happens? It is only an accident, mechanical injury, or due to some chemicals, or due to some biological insult. And finally, wound repair is nothing but restoration of continuity of skin. Wound happens because of accident only, and without any prior information, prior knowledge, this wound happens, and we have to be prepared for it. We have to keep first aid in the house in any shape. One bandage cloth, cotton, betadine solution, everything we have to keep ready. Not for anyone, but for human beings also it is a must. Then we come to wound. How many types? There are two types of wounds are there. One is closed wound, one is open wound. One is open wound, one is closed wound. What is this closed wound? Here there is no break in continuity of the skin. Skin is totally intact, and it happens because of some mechanical injury by blunt object, sticks, metal or anything, whereby causing injury to subcutaneous tissue. Skin remains totally intact. Beneath the skin, capillary ruptures and blood accumulates and causes pain, even fever also, and hematoma. I think everybody might have seen aerial hematoma. Hematoma means accumulation of the blood in the ear pinna. That is also defined as closed wound. Then we come to contusion. Contusion means blunt object. Then we come to bruise, mild degree of contusion, very very mild. Only epidermis is involved in this. Then hematoma, it is a collection of blood in abnormal cavity. Then we come to open wound. Open wound, here there is break in continuity of the skin by anything, by sharp object or by chemicals or by biological insult or anything. Wound can happen also because of ectoparasite, because all ectoparasites, they survive on the host by sucking the blood. How they suck the blood? When they suck the blood, they cause injury to the skin. Then we come to types of open wound. First is the incised wound. What is this incised wound? Incised means cutting. It is a wound created by cutting the skin or muscles by sharp object, whereby very less damage to the cells takes place, and we are very much careful to avoid all blood vessels which are underlying the skin. Before taking incision, a surgeon has to assess whether there is any blood vessel or not. So we try our level best to avoid the blood vessels, thereby we minimize the bleeding. And by taking this incision, very less amount of cells are damaged or killed. As the cells damage is very very less, and chances of infection is also very very less, the wound is, because this incised wound is nothing but doing the operation. It is being done in the operation theatre under complete sterile condition. Therefore, chances of blood clotting, chances of debris, chances of bacterial infection are minimized. However, and whoever may do the operation in the operation theatre, in 1 square inch of operated wound, in 1 square inch of operated wound, in 1 hour, 35,000 to 50,000 bacteria are being get deposited. Then we should understand what is the problem. Then we come to is inside zone, healing takes place very very quickly. Then we come to lacerated wound. Lacerated wound is caused by hitting. All the edges are irregular, not uniform. Then we come for punctured wound. Punctured wound is very very dangerous because the opening is very very small, just like a needle get inserted in the. It happens usually in the foot or hand. Opening is very very small, but it penetrates deep because of its sharpness and causes infection if it is neglected. Then we come to penetrating wound. Penetrating means because of any stabbing, knife, cutting. That is the penetrating wound. That is also it cut the skin, muscles, blood vessel, everything which comes in the way and causes lot of tissue damage. Then we come to perforating wound. Perforating means from here to there. There is a opening on either side of the wound. Then we come to aberration. Aberration is only your epidermis is involved in this. Only a small portion of the skin is involved and it is broken. Then we come to aseptic wound. Aseptic wound means non-infected wound. Yes. Non-infected wound, that healing takes place very very fast. Very very fast healing. Then we come to septic wound. What is the septic wound? Wound happens after 6 to 12 hours. It is called a septic contaminated wound. Then after 2 days, contamination leads to infection. Then from 3rd day, infection leads to sepsis. Then finally, from the 5th day, gangrenous wound. Gangrenous wound is classified as mass of dead tissues, foul smelling, as well as total blood circulation to that part get stopped because complete area turns black, foul smelling, no circulation. We have to remove it by debridement. Then only we can achieve healing. Then one wound is known as ulcerating wound. All ulcers are non-healing wounds. The wound which does not heal is called as ulcer. It creates lot of problem and it needs debridement, counter irritant, then only it starts healing. So in ulcers, wound healing gets stopped. Non-healing wound is called as ulcerated wound. Then what are the wound symptoms? When anybody is hit by any object, definitely there is pain. It can lead to temperature and it can lead to infection as well as toxemia. These are the 4 things whenever any accident happens to anybody, living this animal and human being, accident is an accident. Then healing, how wound heals by first intention. What is this first intention? As I told, in operation theatre, when we incise anything with sharp object, very less damage to the tissues takes place, and thereby very less bleeding and no crust, no foreign bodies, everything is neat and clean. And when we close this surgical wound, incised wound, oppositions are in alignment and healing takes place very very fast because there is no arrest in circulation of the blood. Blood circulation is restored, no pressure, no need for any immobilization. Everything runs in favorable condition. Then we come for this incised wound has got a very good blood supply. There is no problem in blood supply. Then we come to second intention. What is the second intention? First intention, very small amount of scar is formed. I was seeing in Anakar Veterinary College for suturing. Then they refused to take it. I didn't take any photograph of that. Then afterwards I sutured the wound in the operation theatre and the wound started healing, but very very slowly. You see how the wound is healing very very slowly. First it was totally open, then because of granulation. Granulation is nothing but formation of new cells, proliferation and occupying the dead space and filling up the gap. After all these things are achieved, the skin is formed, and on this skin hairs are this one, the last one, where you are not seeing any scar. Nobody can distinguish whether it was operated or not, because suturing was done by vertical mattress suture. That is the best suture which does not leave any kind of scar on the body. Then healing by mixed intention. In this, what happens when we suture? Partly by first initiation. With sutures only it will heal. Secondly, by dehiscence of suture. Some sutures get dehiscence. Dehiscence means rupture, break. Some infection takes place. This is known as first intention, and second infection is classified as mixed infection and mixed intention. Partly by first intention, partly by second intention. Then third intention. What is this third intention? It is a very problematic thing where skin is totally sloughed off, naked flesh will be seen, and gap has to be filled up with granulation, and finally the gap will be filled up. It will take not less than 1 month. Then finally skin will form and hairs will form. This is nothing but complete granulation without any suturing. Without suturing, this wound heals. Then finally we come to healing under scab. What is this scab? I think everybody might have noticed. What is scab? When any wound happens, capillary starts oozing blood. That blood clot gets accumulated beneath the skin. Then in this blood clot, circulation starts, and a scab is formed on the surface of the wound. That is little blackish in color, and it is very, very safe. We should never remove the scab, because beneath this scab, proliferation of the cell takes place and healing is under process. After 8 days, 10 days, this scab automatically become loose and fall down. From inside, we will see a healed wound. Then we come to the factors which are responsible for delayed healing. There are many factors responsible for delayed healing. For example, age, sex, body weight, malnutrition, weakness, and the place where wound has happened, whether the tension is there. For example, if the wound happens on joint, movement will be there, immobilization cannot be achieved. If we apply sutures also, chances of suture dehiscence is very high. And while suturing, we have to be extraordinarily careful to see that there should not be any devitalization at this suturing area. What is this devitalization? Means arrest of the circulation. If we apply a tight knot, no doubt it will look nice, but it will devitalize the blood circulation. When no blood circulation, definitely healing will be very much delayed. Then desiccation of the tissue, this is another important thing. What is desiccation? Dryness. If the wound becomes dry, then definitely circulation will be very slow. To that dry portion, circulation is very slow, arrested almost. Then we come to hematoma. Hematoma is nothing but accumulation of the blood in the abdominal cavity. Then improper apposition of the tissue. What is this improper apposition? Improper apposition is nothing but when we suture, we have to feel it both the cut end or both the wound end should be in opposition without giving much tension to the knot, the suturing area. There are many 4, 5, 6 kinds of sutures which are applied nowadays. This crisscross matter suture is applied, and horizontal matter suture is applied, then vertical matter suture is applied. What I prefer is vertical matter suture is the most relaxed and most reliable, and suture dehiscence chances are minimized in this. Then inadequate blood supply. What is this inadequate Adequate means sufficient, insufficient. Anything depends upon blood supply only. If blood supply is less, definitely healing will be delayed. Then lack of immobilization. What is this immobilization? Immobilization reflects on mobility. Immobilization. We should, for example, if a wound is there on the joint, this elbow joint, shoulder joint, wrist joint, or any joint, their mobility is there. This mobility does not allow the wound to heal quickly because lot of pressure is there. When the joint moves automatically, there is every chance of suture getting rupture. Then chemical and mechanical trauma. Chemicals and mechanicals, as you know, are very, very harmful. When anything happens because of the chemical or mechanical, that portion is completely damaged. When the portion is completely damaged, circulation will be arrested. When circulation is arrested, there will be delayed in wound healing. Then old age. Everybody knows this old age, how much it is a problematic thing. Because any wound or any disease or any pathophysiological changes gets aggravated by increase in age. Then nobody can reduce this problem. It is an age-borne problem. As the age increases, all systems of the body functions in a less manner, improper manner. Therefore, in old age, healing is delayed. And as the age increases, immunity, wound heals not because of any antibiotic. Please keep this thing in mind. Wound heals by body immunity, proliferation, forming granulation, formation of new cells, finally filling up the gap, and finally formation of skin, and finally formation of hairs. All these things happens because of body immunity. If the immunity is there, everything will run very, very smooth manner. If immunity is less, then everything will create lot of problem. Then malnutrition. Malnutrition is another thing. Lot of things are required. For example, vitamin C, calcium, phosphorus, everything for cell multiplication. If this is in deficient quantity, definitely it is going to help. It is going to hinder. It is going to delay the wound healing. Then finally we come to dehydration. What is the dehydration? The required quantity of the fluids is not present in the body, leading to circulation problem. When there is less circulation, wound get delayed. Delayed healing is in progress. Then healing and regeneration. What are the different parts of the body where healing takes place very, very quickly in time? In this, skin has got a very good blood supply. Second, mucous membrane, then serous membrane, then muscles. They don't have any regeneration power, only fibrous tissues replacement. It is replaced by fibrous tissues, whereas the nervous cells don't have any regeneration power. Then tendon also don't have any regeneration power. It has to be tied mechanically. Then wound treatment. How is it we are going to treat the wound? Now this is a very, very important thing. All these things are on one side, wound treatment is on another side. Immediately after seeing the wound, what is it we are going to do? Sometimes bleeding will be there, sometimes hematoma will be there, sometimes swelling will be there, sometimes febrile condition will be there. Febrile means temperature, hypothermia. Then what is that we are going to do first? If there is any bleeding from the bleeder, we have to arrest it. How is it we are going to arrest? Because usually this bleeding occurs because of accident only. When accidents occur, who knows how it will happen, where it will happen. The first and foremost thing is we have to apply pressure hemostat. With the help of thumb or finger, we have to hold it. Then if it is possible, hold it for 5 to 10 minutes. Automatically blood has got bleeding time and clotting time. In the clotting time, sometimes it gets stopped. Sometimes what happens, if a bigger blood vessels is serrated, cut, get injury, then we have to apply ligation. And before that ligation, it is always advisable to apply tourniquet. What is this tourniquet? Tourniquet is nothing but a knot, rubber knot or any cotton thread, cotton applied above the breather, and it should be removed or replaced after 20 minutes because circulation will arrest. After 20 minutes, we have to, at any cost, we have to lose the tourniquet and replace it by another. By the time we expect this blood to stop bleeding. Then, what is the best way to achieve healing in quick time? I think everybody might have noticed and everybody might have come across, we get lot of injury to the hand. Lot of injury to the hand. We being surgeon, we are compelled, we are bound to get injury when we handle with all sharp objects. Then what is the thing which is keeping us in condition? This is a very, very simple thing. Just cleaning the wound with water, available thing is water is there, soap is there. Then we have to clean it at least 3 to 4 times in a day. That will promote healing. Instead of this thing, if you apply any chemical, for example, betadine is there or Savlon is there, in concentrated form, all chemicals causes injury to the living cells. If it is applied in improper manner and more medication is done to the wound. Wound is nothing but a living thing and it has to be treated with mild antiseptic lotion. For example, if we are using betadine, we have to mix with 5 ml of betadine plus 95 ml of water. If we are using Savlon, it is more stronger than betadine. It contains cetrimide, isopropyl alcohol and gluconate. It should be used 1%, that is 1 ml mixed in 99 ml of distilled water, and we have to dose it. Another very, very simple method in the house is we can use 500 ml of water. In this 500 ml of water, we can add 1 teaspoon of salt, common salt, then we can dose the wound. Dose means cleaning the wound and preventing it from getting dry and preventing it from any other type of infection. It has to be done continuously. And if it is not possible, then we have to clean once. We have to close the wound with cotton and or sterile gauze. This sterile gauze is applied to protect the wound from any bacterial deposition or any foreign body deposition. Any infection chances are minimized by closing the wound. The wound should not be closed in a very tight manner. If it is closed in very tight manner, it is going to affect the circulation, whereby the wound healing will be delayed. Then infection control comes under this povidone and Savlon. That is must. It has to be cleaned as far as possible daily or at least 2 times in a day. Then what are the complications of wound healing? There are many, many complications. For example, when the wound happens, it is thrown to the infection. Definitely infection chances are there. As I told, in operation theatre also, when the 1 square inch of operation, on 1 square inch of operation wound, 35,000 to 50,000 bacteria are deposited in 1 hour. That we have to keep in the mind. Then what is myiasis? Myiasis is nothing but presence of maggots in the wound. When these maggots come, after 5 days of the wound, which is neglected, then only this meiosis takes place. Meiosis is nothing but presence of maggots. What happens if the wound is kept open, naked wound? On this wound, flies comes, sits and deposit maggoted eggs, and maggot egg after ripening give rise to larva. From this larva, maggots are formed. Maggots penetrate into the body and they eat the flesh and they causes lot of problem, and finally gangrene will be there. This is something about wound. Lot of fracture. Wound treatment is very, very simple, but it has to be attended in a proper manner. We have to see that there is no discoloration, pinkish color should be there, no foreign body, no pus formation. Everything should be neat and clean with complete blood circulation without any stoppage. Then only wound healing takes place. Otherwise, it is not possible. This is the fresh air, 6 to 12 hours, contaminated wound, 12 to 24 hours, infected wound, 24 to 36 hours, 48 hours, separated wound 4 days, then gangrenous wound 5 days, maggoted wound or meiosis after 5th day. Fracture is defined as break in continuity of the bone. Fracture is defined as break in continuity of the bone. It happens because of hitting with many mechanical object or accident or automobile accident or anything. Fractures are of two types. One is open fracture and another is closed fracture. Closed fracture is defined as that type of fracture where skin continuity is maintained, there is no breakage or rupture of the skin. No doubt beneath this fracture, bone gets break into 2 pieces or 3 pieces. If it is broken into 2 pieces, this is called a simple fracture. If it is broken into many pieces, comminuted fracture or multiple fracture. But skin should be intact. That type of fracture is called as simple fracture. This is one fracture which I have treated. This fracture came to Boygoda Hospital. This is a tom. It went for hunting. That pigeon flew away, leaving this tom on the ground. The tom fell down and got this fracture. Then finally it was brought to the hospital, and I told it is not possible because the fracture is very, very near to the joint capsule. And they took it to Narayangoda Hospital and even to the college. They returned it back because everybody suggested for operation. Operation is the open method. Then finally I sedated this tom. Tom means male cat, queen is the female cat. I sedated this tom and I immobilized by applying Thomas splint. And Thomas splint remained for at least 3 to 5 days. Again this tom was presented, sir, this it is giving lot of trouble, and we are very much doubtful that the healing is not taking place. Then I examined the animal. It developed wound above the paw. Finally, again Thomas splint was replaced. The wound was dressed, and finally, within 3 weeks, the animal is in this condition. It started walking and running. This growth reduction has got one advantage. It is not our advantage, it is the God's advantage. When we reduce any fracture by growth reduction method, only 25% of the alignment is achieved. If 25% of the alignment, because it is not a carpentry, we are immobilizing without seeing, only by judgment. That can be wrong also. Only 25% of the bone piece are in alignment. Then in due course, complete remodeling takes place after 4 months, and complete broken bone become one piece. This is called remodeling of the bone. This is another cat where femur was fractured. You see the femur, how much everything is totally broken into 2 pieces. I just traction and counter traction, and with the help of, this is the only experience and technique. Just by palpating we can understand whether the bone is on the bone or there is. Now this is called overriding. Overriding means the proximal, one bone is on below, another bone is above. Then you can feel it develops because of practice only. There is overriding in the doing overriding. There is no question of healing at all, because bone should have union. Unless and until at least 25% of the union is badly needed, then only healing can take place. If no union, no healing. Here is overriding of the fractured portion, and it has to be tracted. Traction means pull it like this, then we leave it and see that the bone is on both the fractured ends are in one alignment. Next. This is another complicated fracture. Just please see this fracture. How many pieces have been there? One is femur overriding, this end has gone to, it has penetrated the hip. Another is this right femur is detached, head is detached. Another hip bone, both the hip bones have been fractured. Everything, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fractures are there. It is very, very difficult to reduce this fracture by open method. Open method means by doing operation. Then finally, I immobilize with Thomas splint. Thomas splint is Thomas splint is a method where we immobilize and we throw the weight on the splint only, just like our crutches. Crutches bear the weight and not the limb. In this way, after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it is started walking. You see, lameness is there because it is a very, very weak and very, very new fracture repair. It is keeping the weight with very great difficulty. Then third, now you see it is walking. What is the logic there? Why it is walking? When it was limping, when the, I will explain you what is the, how the fracture heals. Healing, fracture healing. Healing means how it heals. When both the bones of the fractured ends get in one alignment, callus is formed. Callus means a small union of both the fractured bone. Then first hematoma occurs. What is this hematoma? Signals goes to brain that at such point fracture has taken place. You go and release the blood because capillaries will be ruptured, then that part will be swollen, then that hematoma will be formed. Hematoma is converted into callus, callus formation, callus vascularization. Vascularization means capillary circulation takes place in both the fractured end. from proximal fractured bone to distal fractured bone. Callus ossification. Callus ossification is achieved only when we achieve immobilization. Both the fracture end should not move for at least 10 to 15 days. This osteoblast development occur only in alkaline media. If alkaline media is not achieved, no question of fracture healing in acid media, because osteoblast multiplication cannot take place in acid media. Alkaline media is achieved only after immobilization of both the fractured end. Callus formation, callus vascularization, callus ossification. Then finally we come to callus absorption. Finally what happens? What I told, 25% of the bone is in alignment, bone healing takes place. What about the 75%? 75% of the bone is covered by callus resorption. All excess portion is converted into one bone only in due course 4 to 6 months, 4 to 5 months. Complete strength of the bone is achieved after 8 months. In any case, in any fracture, any reduction, only 80% of the strength we can achieve, not 100%, whatever it may be. 80% is the maximum. That too in 9 to 1 year time. This is another case where there is no overriding, only the bone has been broken into 2 pieces. And the traction, because of traction and counter traction, both the fractured end got in one alignment, and it was immobilized by applying that aluminum rod is called as Thomas splint. It completely takes the weight. It will not allow the bone to put into pressure. Weight pressure nahi rehta usko. It will be borne by Thomas splint. And in young animals, in 3 weeks time, I have seen good result. All these things got cured, reduced, mobility achieved in 3 to 4 weeks time. If it is immobilized and maintained in a proper manner. These are the various fracture which I have reduced at Kozhikode Veterinary Hospital by close reduction only. Nowadays, a trend has developed, only operation. And how to diagnose whether animal is suffering from fracture or sprain or dislocation, it is very, very easy. How? The moment any accident takes place, we have to see whether the animal is walking properly or not. If it is bearing weight and walking properly, then it is only some minor contusion, contused bone or slight dislocation or descendant, which will be cured only by giving some analgesis and giving absolute rest for a period of 1 week to 2 weeks. There is no need. Unless and until your pet, don't keep the limb on the ground and keep the limb above the ground, and lameness is there, walking on only 3 limbs instead of 4 limbs, then we can suspect for fracture. And fracture can be diagnosed only by way of radiograph. But going for frequent radiograph is a very, very dangerous thing, because all X-rays are carcinogenic when it penetrates in the pet body. At the same time, some part of the scattered radiation of the X-rays penetrates in the human body also, and it can cause a cancer also, because this is carcinogenic in nature. We have to be very much careful in prescribing. Therefore, in the beginning I avoided all, nearly I reduced cigarette cases. I didn't take the X-ray. Without taking the X-ray, I cannot make the presentation. Then after this 1 or 2 years, I started advising for X-ray, because I have to present it. This is another fracture. What is that bone called as radio Allah? forelimb. In forelimb, two bones are there. One is radius and another is ulna. That is totally broken. One more thing I would like to enlighten you. If any operation is done by open reduction method, that is by opening and uniting the bone by plating or intramedullary repairing or anything, it has to be operated after immobilization without fail, because bone grows in size, bone grows in length, bone grows in thickness, whereby the screws and plates they become loose. It has to be operated after unification of the bone. Again, two operations have to be done. If it is above 1 year, when the growth period has been achieved, then we can leave it, but not in growth period. After growth period, then also foreign body is a foreign body. It has got its own side effect. This is another fracture which I reduced at Veterinary Hospital, Boyguda. This was presented. All these are because of automobile accident only. On this bed, the car went and caused this damage. Both the tibia, both the femur, one part of the hip bone got totally fractured. Animal became totally lame. It was not able to move anything. Then finally, I advised them to take to Veterinary College, Rajendranagar, but the madam, Kadeshwari madam, she was the director of the archaeology. She said, whatever it may be, I cannot take there you do what all you want, you can do. Then I said, okay madam, now it's not my responsibility, at your responsibility I am reducing this fracture. Then I reduced, and by God blessing, within 3 weeks, everything became normal. It's only because 25% of the alignment is sufficient to reduce the fracture. It is a God gift. The same thing with the radius and ulna. Both the things have been broken at the distal end, and including one metacarpal bone, and it has been successfully reduced. Reduction is called as, now you see how it is all working, running. Had it been reduced by open method, I don't think we would have achieved such result, because in open method, implants are there, screws are there, plates are there. When any foreign body is there inside, it breaks the natural thing, and finally it creates lot of problem. All foreign bodies reaction is there, whatever it may be, however it may be, in due course it is a problematic thing. Okay? Any doubt?
Any questions? Slides है दूसरा वाला.
हाँ?
दूसरा वाला slides है.
पूछो जी, कितने डाउट है उतने पूछो.
नहीं slides है इसका.
Because this wound and fractures are in my PG, I did by open reduction method, I reduced the fracture.
पूछना क्या डॉक्टर के बारे में क्या पूछना है? कैट्स है वो, डॉक्टर के नहीं, कैट्स को भी अगर मार लगा, हड्डी टूट गई, वो सब क्वेश्चन. एग्जाम्पल्स दिए उन्हें डॉक्टर, मार लगा तो कैसा ट्रीट करना, तो कैसा करना. यस.
Any questions, please?
There are few things. Like how do you know about the internal bleeding when there is no injury on the animal?
Internal bleeding can be absorbed in due course, madam. Internal bleeding control is a very, very difficult thing, because when we open the wound to control the bleeding, again bleeding will be there on the skin, severed muscle, cut muscles, everything will be there. We can give coagulant, that is streptochrome, vitamcelate, androchrome. Such injection, they arrest the bleeding. Internal bleeding can be arrested by giving injection in a proper manner, better manner. Instead of going for jumping for opening. Opening means another heavy bleeding will be there. That is the best method. Just we have to wait and see. If the bleeding is very, very high, then hematoma will be formed. Hematoma is nothing but accumulation of the blood in the abdominal cavity. Then after there is certain bleeding time and clotting time also. Any bleeder bleeds for certain period only, not always. When this bleeding stops, if the hematoma does not get absorbed, for example in areal hematoma is there or any abdominal, then we can just take an incision and remove the blood. Because we have to see the safety of the animal also. Because internal bleeding is caused because of internal problems only. All accidents causes external bleeding more. Because where the accident mechanical object is striking, hitting, there bleeding takes place. Any doubt?
How to survive, how to escape from the bacteria if the wound is there.
Cover it with sterile gauze and finally bandage. And we can give antibiotic therapy for a period of 5 to 7 days. That's all, not more than it.
Antibiotic means you mean to say the injections or the oral tablets?
It is left to the discretion of the veterinarian. Preferably in accident, in operation, usually injection is preferred. Because all antibiotics after going into the stomach causes digestive disturbances. We have to take that also into consideration. Usually what is happening nowadays, they are giving injection, and injection usually should be given intramuscularly only and not intravenous, because all intravenous injections can cause any kind of reaction at any time. If a person has taken 4 injections, 5 injections also, the 6th injection, it can cause reaction. And reaction is nothing but anaphylactic shock. Within no time, the patient dies. As far as possible, it is my advice to avoid IV injection, because intravenous injection has got instant effect. The moment blood medicine enters the body, it acts. Second, intramuscular injection, it acts after 15 minutes. Subcutaneous injection acts after half an hour. Everything is entering the blood and doing their job. There is nothing to hurry and worry. Anything more?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
So I have 2 questions.
I am not able to hear your voice.
Oh, is it better?
Yes.
Okay. The first thing is parasites. As you mentioned that when parasites touch the skin, the blood,
Yes.
we get injuries and the blood over the skin, right?
100%.
So what precaution needs to be taken? Like not the precaution, I would say. What needs to be applied if we see any kind of wound or blood due to some of a mite or a flea?
When you see any wound, first of all, debridement should be done. That is the removal of the dead cells, dead tissue, debris, dirt, rust, everything. So that it appears like a pinkish mask. First and then you cover it. As far as these ectoparasites are concerned, it is the greatest problem, I can say. This accident happens rarely, but this happens daily, every minute and every second. It penetrates the skin and sucks the blood and causes irritation, causes debility, causes dehydration, transmit various diseases to the host by transmitting through this bite.
Yeah, like what I have seen is when a pet is infected with fleas or ear mites, near the neck area where the mites or fleas suck blood, the injury happens. Sometimes we do also see blood or the very deep red skin?
These ticks and mites are the very great problem because these are microscopic in nature. They bury in the skin of the host and make tunnels where they multiply, lays egg, giving rise to larvae and finally mites.
Do we have any external application on this skin?
There are a lot of applications are there, madam. There are a lot of applications are there. First of all, we have to keep our pet in such a condition that it should not come across the ectoparasite infestation. Once it comes across, because it is contagious in nature. What is the difference between infectious, contagious? Infectious means it is transmitted only by contact. Contagious, no contact is required. If a person is here or a pet is here or another pet is here, through air, through anything, without contact, disease is spread. This is highly contagious, mites especially. Next.
What about calcivirus?
Huh?
Calcivirus.
Calcivirus.
Okay, fine.
Basically,
what's the
I am
best?
dealing with only surgery from morning till evening in Uvingada Veterinary Hospital. No doubt I take care of all these things, but one thing I would like to clear, what little knowledge I have got, there is no antibiotic on this earth as on today which is viricide in nature. No antibiotic. The viruses are susceptible to chemicals and alkalis. Please keep this thing in mind before treating any viral cases, because antibiotic is not going to cure. Then also we administer antibiotic. Why for we administer antibiotic? To prevent it from secondary bacterial infection, not to kill the virus.
You have a question, please.
I have multiple questions. Till what extent we can treat ulcer at home?
At home, we have to make the ulcer. Ulcer is a non-healing wound. Some layer is there. Body immunity depressed, because every wound heals by body immunity, proliferation, granulation, formation of new cells and filling of the gap. When there is some deficiency, for example age, sex, body weight, malnutrition, vitamin C deficiency, calcium deficiency, minerals deficiency, this condition arises. We have to boost the immunity. Side by side, we have to make the wound fresh. We have to see that it becomes pinkish in color. We have to scrape it. And the best thing in such condition is application of counter irritant, for example, hydrogen peroxide.
What if it is inside the mouth?
Huh?
Inside the mouth ulcer.
I don't have any idea. You put me any question regarding surgery or regarding anything which I have come across.
Is it certain age for the dog, if it is broken, is it certain age for dogs or cats, like a broken bones and all? You showed me that
You are 100% correct.
Yeah.
In pets, healing takes place very quickly. As the age increases, immunity decreases, healing process get delayed. That is the only thing. Another thing is improper alignment. There are many factors in fracture healing, not one. Many things are there. Usually, what is the optimum age? 6 years in dogs. After 6 years, senility starts. That is nothing but borrowed life.
मुंह पक गया मुंह में
Afterwards,
छाले हैं तो
it falls
अल्सर बोलते
sick
हैं
frequently, movements are reduced, immunity is reduced, everything is reduced, systems get affected, become weak.
अल्सर ने
Infected with rashes and also